Well, hello everyone. This is Mike Molesky here. I am streaming a race with CMS Champion Motorsports tonight. It's it's a group of 50 plus drivers, and a lot of these guys I recognize and from another league. So I thought I'd do a little stream because I stream for this other league, and that other league, who shall not be named, is E-Seniors. So yes, Barcelona tonight. A wet race. So that's going to be fun. When I heard it was a wet race, I said, yeah, I got to stream that. That should be a lot of fun. So just a little bit about me. I'm Canadian. I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, and I like to stream as well as race. So I thought I would volunteer today. Can't do all Thursdays, but I'll maybe do a few here and there. I have raced with you guys once or twice, and I may do that again sometime. Just not this season because I'll be away most of September, and I moved to Arizona in the wintertime. Nobody wants to live in Edmonton, Alberta in the winter. I am retired. I'm a retired railroad executive, and I have been racing only for a couple of years. I'm a COVID baby racer. So there you go. So I'm just going to wait until qualification starts, and get something going here. Yeah, I'll wait till qualification starts. I am new to most of your procedures, so I apologize if I make some mistakes. I understand today is called a double parking race, so it's 60 minutes with 2 pit stops. 60 minutes in the rain at Barcelona. This should be a great, fun race. Not funny. I understand you guys have 2 groups, Group 1 and Group 2. I'm not quite sure which ones are faster and which ones are slower, but I'll be able to tell that as soon as people start. Well, maybe I can probably tell that right away. Hang on here. I guess I know most of the drivers. I believe the one when it shows white on the tower is going to be the faster drivers. So that's that. We should be getting ready to go very soon here. There is only 30 seconds. I'll switch over, make sure I get everything good. So there you go. There is the tower. I'm using ACC TV as a broadcasting venue. And let me make sure I have the corner names on here. Corner. Maybe it's because I don't have anybody on the screen that's not showing the corners, but I'm just gonna make sure I got that going. And what else have I got to do? I've got to get going here on putting a nice tower up here. So for the tower, I will put qualification best session, and I will put up not the car numbers, that's going to be best session, and qualification best delta. There we go. So you should see quali time there, and the actual quali time, and then the gap or the delta to that racer's current lap, how close how he's doing compared to his best lap. So this should be getting going just about now. Let's see who's going to be the first young man out there. I hope I don't have to restart everything here because the qualification starts. Probably not. Let me see what your rules are here. Sorry for still in practice mode. I am hoping this server doesn't restart. There we go. No, it's not. Here we go. Qualifying 20 minutes. So two 10-minute qualifications. And so who is out there first? Number 36. Look at that. Just like in our races, Mr. Moses gets out there first to set his to set his first lap, so we'll just follow him. And let me get this screen going here. So there we go. Make sure I'm getting good volume here. I'm going to check my... Oh yeah, I'm getting good volume. All right, so we're ready to go. And Miss Chris Moses on his out lap. And I'm not blowing up the volume on my mic. No, that's good. Oh, I know what I don't have. I don't have the sound on for the race. There we go. I got sound on for the race now. Let's get that going. It's kind of boring just listening to me. So here we go for his out lap. What are we on here? TV1. Let's just watch that for now. So many of these guys I recognize from the other league. And I know lots of Americans. And like I was looking at here, I'll just pop that up for a second here. Nationalities. So many American flags up there with a few Canadians thrown in there for fun. And I thought we had a couple of Brits. I don't see them on the screen now. Maybe if I go down here a little bit, I'll see some. There we go. There's a couple of Brits, and there's one. I believe that is an Australian flag. I can never tell the difference between Australian flags and New Zealand, so I apologize if I got that wrong. Where is Chris? Okay, Chris is coming up to the start-finish line right now, so he's going to be setting. That won't be up. He'll be setting his first lap, and I love to, those who've watched my broadcast before know that I just love cockpit views. So I'm going to throw it in the cockpit here. Let's just watch Chris go around this track, this wet track. And I know people were talking on the Discord earlier about strategies and what kind of variability it's going to be. And the answer is we don't know because it's a randomized variability. And I believe this time is, I thought I heard it was 3 times real time. But let me fix up the timing tower. We'll put back there best time, the actual that should be the session. That should be the best. That should be the lap time once we get it. So yes, only one. Sometimes I have 2 people on the broadcast. Next time I do it, if somebody wants to volunteer to jump in because they're either not racing or they just like to commentate, just tell me and I can throw you guys in there. This is turn 12. I believe this is the last turn for your start procedure. We're going into Eurocup and chicane RACC. And here he goes. He is going to be setting the lap. I remember Barcelona quite well. Here comes the start-finish line. So Mr. Moses will be setting the first lap, and that will be the target to beat 152.99. So yes, so we should be seeing some more times come up here. Let me find, there's another one. Mr. Sharpenberry is a second behind. There goes Mr. Nolan. He's a couple of seconds behind. And Brian Chubb. Hello, Brian. He's setting, he's pretty close. He's only 7/10 behind Moses. Let me go into Mr. Chubb. Just for somebody new, I'm going to hit the TV tower, TV camera. And we are on board with, we're still on board with Mr. Shaw. Oh, we put the boss on here. Mr. Sutherland. All right, he is in 4th place. So you can tell the timing tower as well as I can. You can see the gaps there. Oh, shoot. I did something wrong here. Let me get, why is that still up there? There, that's better. Something in the background there. Sorry about that. I'm getting a little bit of a slow chatter on my screen. I'm hoping you guys aren't seeing that on YouTube. Be a shame if you are. So we're on with Sutherland. Let me get my screen. You'll be watching me there. I'm going to be looking all over the place because there's a lot of crap to do when you're doing these broadcasts. So yeah, Chris put up pretty good first lap. It's standing quite well. He's still a half a second up. And lots of people putting up their times now. We got all the way down to Peter Lafrance, who's 3 seconds behind the podium sitter. Yeah, let's find someone else to watch here. Well, let's watch Keep Mark going there. He's going around the last corner. Last corners. Here's the chicane, I believe. Coming up. And then he'll be crossing the start-finish line. He is 0.4 of a second up on his time. That'll bump him up quite a bit, probably into third place if I'm not doing my math right. There we go. Yes. Oh, second place. Nice job there. All right. So now we've got a few times in here. We can start watching the gaps. There's Robert Urbano is going to bump. Let's see where he is. Got to find him here. He is just starting his lap. Did he move? Yes, he moved into 5th place. There we go. And who else has got a good lap going? I missed it there. Mr. Skinner. Let's just watch him. What does he look like? I haven't seen his livery. In a Porsche. He has just jumped into the podium position. He is up now by 0.4 of a second. Chris Moses down by 0.4. All right. So now we've got some action. Chris is coming into last few corners. Bank Sabadell, and that comes into approaching the last corner before the chicane. He is up by 0.4 of a second. That might not get him. He's up half a second. Depends on how he does on these last few corners, whether he's going to get pole. Lost a little bit there. Gained it again. This is going to be very close. Not quite going to make it, but very close. Look at that. 18/100ths of a second behind the pole position. So there's lots of time there left. Well, he's only got a couple of minutes. You guys have very fast qualifying time, length of time. And these are the fast guys, I believe. I don't see the right colors for I don't see colors here for your silver and white, so I'm not sure who is in which class. I won't be able to tell later. Who's got a good lap going here? Oh, Craig. Where is Mr. Craig? Craig. There he is. David Craig's had a good time. 1 second up on his best time. That will get him up a few spots, maybe even 10th. Let's see what he can do. Nice livery on that car. Number 424. Here he comes around. Let's see where he ends up. He's in 14th. Boom! Holy moly, I didn't do my math very well there. He is in 4th place. That is quite a lap there. So everybody's getting at least one more lap. How is Moses doing? Oh, Moses is going to try hard for that pole. He was up a little bit, and now he lost that time. But he's still flat out. He doesn't need very much. He's got to have a good chicane here. He's up by a 10th. Lost it again. He's just hovering around that 10th mark. This is going to be very close for pole. He has got 0.3. He's had a great exit there. I think he's going to get pole. Here he goes. Boom. Pole position. Very nicely done. He's got one more lap to go. I'm sure he's going to do it. Skinner is still out there. And Skinner, I don't think, has a valid lap going, if I'm not mistaken, and reading the screens right. Let's see here. He's hovering, bouncing all over the place. Yeah, he's not going to get a valid lap there. So he is in second, and he just got through, possibly, to get another lap in. I don't think so, actually. So we're going to see these guys go in the pits now, and the next group come out shortly. Who is on a valid lap? Moses on a valid lap, and he's just burning it up. He's got by 0.4 of a second. Skinner is still racing. So Moses here is flying around. He wants to keep that pole position. Anybody else going to improve with any Mr. McSharpenberry? He's up by 0.2. That will actually get him a couple of spots. Let's go over to Richard. Sorry, Richard here quickly. Come on back there, different screen. There we go. Where is he in his lap? He's got quite a ways to go yet. Let's go back to Skinner. Skinner just got his... Oh, he will get pole if he can hold on to this. Not sure he got by the start-finish line in time, but he is going to try for a pole. Didn't quite see where the start-finish line was. It's going through turn 10, coming up to Bank Sabadell. And then the last corner before the chicane is called Europe Car. And here comes the chicane. He is up 0.2. That will get him pole if he holds on. I think he is going to get pole. Here we go. Going to be 2 orange cars on the front of the grid. He has got pole easily. 0.2 of a second. So that time to beat was 1:52.1. And Chris Moses is in second place. Richard McSharpenberry is in third with that great last lap. And now we are going to get other people out there. Who is the first guy out? 7-11. That is Mr. Eric Jack, I believe, is the first guy in this second group. Let's just watch his outlap. Turn number 3, Renault. And coming up, and this is the Repsol. So I believe the second group is the slightly slower group. And now this turn number 5 is called Seat. He's got an interesting, let's just see what he has on his back there. He's got "Get off my lawn." Oh yes, that is your motto, you guys, isn't it? "Get off my lawn" is your SimGrid motto. Just see what one of these 2 TV cameras I like best. And maybe I'll watch Helicam for a bit to see how that looks. I would like to know what is going to go on. All right, so Jack is on turn 10. What is Jack's first name? Eric Jack. And Sabadell is the last corner before the chicane. So he's coming up on the setting. He'll be setting the lap on group 2, silver group. Here goes through the chicane, and here he'll set the time for that. This group. Here we go. Coming up to the start-finish line right there. So he is in 15th place, and his time that he set, 1:56.045. All right, well, we'll start setting different times here. It's pretty hard for me to. There's Mr. Banks. He's coming in next. And Mr. Banks is in 18th place. Who's next? 7:16 down here. Kevin Cortez. Did he set a lap? Yes, he did. He's in 18th place. I'll just let things settle down here for people getting in their first laps. A little bit hard for me to follow everybody here. I don't think I can. Oh, yes, I can. Oh, I can fit on the. I just discovered something in this software. So we are with Mr. Roger Demux. And where did he go? I don't know if he had a valid lap there. Ooh, what's next? Kevin Torrance. He did not set a lap, or did he? I don't think he set a valid lap either. So everybody's having a little trouble here. Mr. McCabe. That was not a valid lap. Yes, it was. No, it was not. Who is this? This is Lee Ellis. Here he comes in. No, there he goes. He's got a valid lap, 15th. All right. Next is Mr. 771, Mr. Jack, coming around again for his second lap, I believe. Eric. Let's see what he can do. Is he going to improve? Well, it doesn't look like he's got a valid lap going. It looks like that's grayed out. So let's just see who's got some valid laps. Well, Mr. Toth. Laszlo. He is halfway through his lap, but he is up by a second and a half. That'll bring him way up there into nosebleed land, into the white group. Probably in the between 11th and 15th. If he can hold on to this, he's actually improving. So this is a great lap for him. Somebody just jumped up. The tower changed. We're going to stay with Mr. Toth here. Let's look at his livery, a classic Porsche livery. Here he comes through Sabadell, so he's going to see the last corner before the chicane. Who is that ahead of him? That looks like Mr. Jack. Is going to slow him up a little bit. No, he let him go by. Great job there, because he's got a great lap going. He should jump into the teens for sure. Where is he going to end up? 17th. 17th. All right, who's got a good time going here? Mr. Banks. Where is Mr. Banks in his lap? He is halfway through in his Audi. He has been in an Audi for quite some time. Brian and I live in the same hometown. We were out last night. We went to not a store, but a racing rig. What would you call these guys that put up a bunch of rigs? Racing league, racing store, and we were on some motion rigs for the first time. My first time with a motion rig. We were racing around in iRacing. Oh, looks like Banks missed his lap. He's gone now. He had a good lap going. And who has another good lap going is Mr. Jack. He has got a great lap going here. Or is he in his lap? Just finishing. That is going to jump him into 5th place. Whew. Is he in the wrong category? Nice job. That is a Ferrari? Hard to tell. Wow, great job. Get off my lawn for sure. Holy smokes. Mr. Zimmer's got a lap going. And so has Lee Ellis. We got 2 minutes left, so maybe 2 or 3 laps to go. Ellis will improve probably into 13th-ish. Where is he in his lap? Quite sort of in the middle. Where is Lee Ellis? He is just ahead of him. So let's watch him, and then we'll watch how Zimmer does. So he is coming around. Ooh, I don't know how to... Quexa. That little sounds like a Spanish or a Catalonian name. I believe Barcelona. No, it's not in Catalonia. But they do put a lot of words. I've been to Barcelona. They have a lot of words up on their signs in Catalan. Catalan, is that the name of the language? All right, so Lee Ellis is up by, I can't see very well there, a second. Did he get his lap finished? No, not quite. That it's going to bring him up quite a bit. He'll be in the teens also. Let's see what he gets. He goes into 10th place. Nice job. And let's see quite quickly here. Where did Ellis end up? Did Ellis get his? That was Ellis we were watching. Who do we want to watch? It was it Jack? Jack's in 5th. No, that's not who it was. Okay, let's just catch somebody else. Mr. Dismukes. I'll find him. There he is. He is up by 0.4 of a second. That will get him into 15th at least. He's got a ways to go yet. Oh, it was Zimmer I wanted to watch. Yes, that was who it was. Randy. How did Randy do? Randy is in 13th place. He is early in his next lap. He's improving a little bit, but Roger Dismukes has actually got a great lap going for him. He's up by quite a bit. Let me find him in my screen here. Where is he? 17th. There he is. He's up a second right now. That will get him into possibly 10th, 11th. He's coming up on the last chicane. New Holland is the last corner before the straightaway. And he has got a great time. He's going to do more than that. He's going to get up there into 9th place. Great job. Okay, and Randy Zimmer, last guy on the track I think that we want to look at. What place is Randy in 14th? So I can't see him. There he goes. Randy is up. Ooh, just lost it a little bit. And who else is out there? Randy is not going to improve on his time. So I think we have got our leaderboard here. Let's go back to the top. Even though Jack is in the pits, there is our leaderboard. Mr. Jarrett Skinner in pole, followed by Chris Moses. Not very far behind, 0.2 of a second is Chris Moses. Richard McSharpenberry and the boss, Mark Sutherland, is in 4th. 5th is Eric Jack. I will try and do a pit lane walk for you guys once things get started here. I got to do a whole bunch of things to get going. Maybe I'll put my... you can watch what I'm doing. Let's see here. Grid walk. Got to concentrate a little bit on this. Takes a little bit of doing. Here we are. Open. Sorry, I can't talk and do this at the same time, but it should be just about ready. Okay, that's how it looks. Okay, we'll do a grid walk once they get going here. Look at that. That view's not very nice, is it? Get rid of that. How about that? A little bit better. So you guys have a 5-minute break here, don't you? Looks like you do 5 minutes here to take a little bathroom break before your race. 30 minutes is quite a long race here. I'm going to put up the my screen just for something different. And I just noticed my camera is going to be on the wrong place. So yeah. So what can we talk about for 5 minutes? I should have some history of Barcelona, but I don't have it right now. Yeah, about 50% of your guys I have raced with in E-Seniors, so it's nice to see some nice faces. And Chris Moses is up there in your league also, isn't he? He is a fine racer. But I see you have someone I don't know, Jarrett Skinner, who is bested Mr. Moses today. So that should be a good race. Let me just go down this board here. I lost everybody's best times. I wonder if I can find that back. No. So yeah. You guys have interesting race lineups for the week. I like the fact that you do a practice week and then a actual league race. I guess this is the one that today that the points are counted on. So that's interesting. Makes it a little bit of pressure on the second week since you've been practicing for 2 weeks on the track. You've had a big race. And race for fun, and then a race for the big points. I don't know. I'm going to take a quick peek see if I can talk at the same time here, and see if I can reach your sim grid. See if I can jump on here and see what your standings are. Hey, while we're sitting here, something to look at, wouldn't it? My events. Don't think. Ooh, can I get that? Don't think I have you guys on my events. But if I do a search, I might be able to find you. Find a race. Let's just do CMS here. Does that give me anything? Oh, I think I know where I can find it. I think you guys have it as a link, don't you? Sorry about that. I should have that. I should have had that ready. Oh well. If I can find it when looking up here, I'll jump on there. But Mark Sutherland is up there live. He live streams on Discord, I see. Nice job. I could have brought him in and don't want to do that. I could put his voice in. How much time have we got left here? Oh, 54 seconds. Another minute of stretch. Is my director doing this? If I had a director, that's what he'd be doing. Stretch. Come on, stretch the time out. While I'm here, though, I think I need to move my little camera around a little bit. Or just turn it off. That's what I'll do. Yeah, Barcelona. I love Barcelona. There we go. 30 seconds before you guys are going to start your lap. And I will walk through the grid and look at everybody's liveries. While you're doing that, I'll just do that right now. Here, we're back. And let me go on this camera because it's going to show the liveries after we get over under the banner. There he goes. He's going to start moving. Jared will start moving any second now. You got 2 orange cars on the front row. There we go. So, in pole position, Mr. Jarrett Skinner from the US of A in his Porsche. Next, we have Chris Moses. Where is Chris? Where is Chris? There is Chris. Where is Chris? He got moved to the back somewhere to get a light start because there is... Oh, what's going on here? What is going on here? There's Moses. Let's go back to him. There's Moses. We'll just keep watching him. I don't like that view. There we go. There's Chris. And next to him in third place is Richard Sharpenberry, also from the U.S. Next is Mark Sutherland in his Ferrari. So 3 Ferraris there. And next is Eric Jack, who is, I believe, in the silver group. Next is Kenneth Smith. All U.S. people up to now, drivers. And now we have Alfredo Cabrera, and he looks, I'm not quite sure where that flag is. I'm sorry, Mr. Cabrera. I'm not quite sure what that flag represents. It's got a little bit of a Euro symbol on it. David Craig is in 8th. Roger Dismukes is in 9th. Jeff King in a Porsche finally in 10th place. Lee Ellis and another Porsche. Let's just wait until we get a little view of his livery. I think I have everybody's liveries, or many of them anyway. Brian Chubb in a Ferrari in 12th. In 13th, Roberto Obando in a Ferrari. Randy Zimmer. Should be able to see him. Let's see here. Where is he? He is in that orange Ferrari, I believe. Are we getting close to... Gotta get going here. Next is Peter Young. Rob Stewart in 16th. Pablo Gianni in 17th. The first Canadian is Thomas Rainier. Next is Roger Jackman. Harrison Noland. Laszlo Toth, Lazio, yep. Michael McLennan in 22nd. Neil Leader in 23rd. John McCain, they're getting ready to go side by side. Brian Banks, Kevin Torrance, Bruce Hopkins, Peter LaFrance, Michael Cortez, and Ray Nealon. Okay, let's get rid of that one now and go to close that off. All right, let's go to the front quickly, because we're going to be racing soon. And I got to get this screen here. There we go. I don't have the right timing tower. I'm going to wait for that till I watch the race. I'll fix the timing tower for gaps and other things. So there we go. We have Moses and Zimmer on the lead. There goes the green light. Oh, where are we? It looks like Chris has got the start on. He got the hop on Jarrett. I believe Moses is in the lead, is he? No, he isn't. We have some problems at the back. A little bit here, a little bit there. Somebody rejoining. And we had a whole bunch of problems. I don't really want to go back and look at that. Let's just keep up with the start. I thought that those two orange cars are confusing me. I thought Moses had lead there. Coming back a little bit further back. There's a lot of action. Let's go to Helicam. Let's go down through the lists here. Lots of gaps, or lots of close gaps here. There's a little bit of a gap there. Oh, Peter LaFrance just went off. All right, well, let's go up to the front here. Just keep watching that. And you guys can just watch the two guys at the front while I fix up my timing tower to something reasonable. We will put up there position. No, that's not where I want to put that. Put position delta in the second one. I want race gaps there. Where are we? Race gaps, and put position delta right here. Where is position delta? There it is. That's the gaps. No, it's the wrong one. There's what I was looking for. So that is what happened from the beginning of the race. Looks like our top four guys are in the same order as they started. I just want to get our pit stops up on the board too. Where are they? We have 2 pit stops, I believe, today. So I want to get that going. Not sure when the pit stops open. I have not been able to find that right just yet. There we go, mandatory pit stops. 1, 2. There we go. That's our pit stops on the yellow. So there we are. This is what happened. So like I said, our top guys did not change very much. We have 2 little groups going here. Sutherland and McSharpenberry. Oh, looks like Sutherland just went off. Let me do a quick replay on that. This is a replay of how Mr. Sutherland just touched that paint on the curb and went off. He lost a lot of places there. So yeah, there we go. He was warning people in the pre-race meeting, be careful of the paint when it's raining, and he did exactly what he should not have done. So Mr. Moses is there. I'm going to do a quick issue here with, there we go. Yeah. So Moses, all right, let's go into his cockpit. I love cockpit views. You can see what the driver is actually doing here. And Moses is still on Skinner's tail. Next, we have Richard McSharpenberry. He's quite a ways back. Kenneth Smith can see McSharpenberry. And Alfredo Cabrera can see that guy up ahead of him, too. But Jeff King, he's going to have to watch him. He's only a second back. Eric Jack is 4 seconds back. Let's just do Helicam here. Rogers Dismukes is 1.8. Oh, there's a lot of action here. Lee Ellis is right on his tail, and right behind him is Peter DeYoung. Oh, looks like Jeff went off. Is that Jeff? No, sorry. Who went off? Roger? Yeah, Roger went off, and now he is being passed by both Ellis and Peter possibly. Peter is looking to try, and look at coming behind there is Mark Sutherland's coming back. That's Mark in that red and white car. He is in 11th place, and he wants to get back into the thick of things, it looks like. He looks like he's got some great traction. Look at that on the inside. All right, let's see what else is going on down here. And we got some pretty close gaps. Brian Chubb on the Toff. But that's a long view, that helicopter view, isn't it? Let me go into a TV view. Not behind the... There we go. These two guys are close together. I don't like that view. Maybe that's a better view. And let me go on with... looks like Chubb is going to make the pass. A little bit of a tap there. He's on the inside. Is he going to make it stick? Is he going to make it stick? There's a little bit of a rub there, and he is to make it stick. Or did he? Was that Toff that's ahead of him? Yeah, I think that I got those two wrong. Toff is the one ahead. All right. So a little bit of a paint trading there. Anything going up at the top? Yes, Chris Moses is still on his tail. Looks like those guys are running into traffic. Are they running into traffic? Yes, they're running into traffic already. Yeah, that's the... Oh, and we got a yellow... Thomas Rainier. Let's go back 30 seconds and see what this one is. This is a replay. Oh, this is a tight grouping here. Let's just see what happens. This is a replay. My replay button's not working here. There's a little rub. I think we're still in replay mode at the moment. And then another rub. And off goes somebody. I'm not quite sure who was who there. That's Thomas in the... Yeah, somebody went into the pits already. That is Mr. Hopkins. All right, we're back to action, live action. I'm not sure why my replay button's not working, but... These guys are still at it. Chris Moses and Jarrett Skinner. A Porsche in the lead. Isn't that nice? Porsche against a Ferrari. And let's just look at some lap times here. I'll do a comparison with Skinner. The last lap, I think Moses had Skinner, if I can read that screen properly. As a comparison about their two last laps. You just look here. No, Skinner had a better last lap last time. All right, so let's go down the piece here. Smith on McSharp and Barry. He is still in the zone. So, and coming behind those two, Jeff King and Kenneth Smith are really close together. Lots of close gaps. Lee Ellis. Look at this. Lee Ellis, Eric Jack, and Peter Young. But Lee Ellis is all over Eric Jack. Let's get in board with him and see what he's going to do. Look at that spray. And I know Eric Jack is a silver guy. And I'm not sure how Mr. Ellis is. But he's been also... Peter is all over his tail, so he's going to watch... He's not battling now. He is hoping to maintain his position. I don't think he does get it. Peter passed him. He was right up there with Eric Jack, and then he lost the position. I believe right behind him is Sutherland. Yep, right behind him is Sutherland. That is Ellis, I mean. Well, let's just watch Mr. Sutherland, see how he performs in these conditions. Oh, there was an action at the front here. We go to the helicam. This is a replay of an incident here between Cabrera and King, I believe. Just hold on here. He dove inside, and a little bit of a contact. Not a super terrible crash there, and he gave the position back up. And let me see if we are back in. Should be back in live action now. Ooh, looks like De Jong, and let's just see what happened here. There was another incident. I'll go back 30 seconds. This grouping had another incident. Peter Young, who we are watching there, and that's the red car, I believe. had a yellow flag. This is still a replay mode. And this is where it happens, on a corner again. And now they're in paint. Is that what happens? They rejoined fairly well there. But now there's a total different lineup. Okay, we're back live. Oh, and Mark Sutherland was involved in an incident. There's a yellow flag here. We're going back 30 seconds again for an incident. There's Peter Sutherland in the red and white car. Not a little bit of a. There was a little bit of a traffic jam there. Okay, that's a 30-second. Looks like Sutherland got through there. I'm going to have to wait for that again for that. When you see a little blip, that means the 30 seconds is up and it's no longer a replay. I apologize. I usually have a replay button that shows. There we go. We're back live. And Chris Moses, in the meantime, he is, or I should say Jared has lengthened his lead a little bit to a second. Kenneth Smith still back on McSharpenberry. Jeff King on Alfredo Cabrera. I'm going to go down the line here. Mark, we have seen. But there is a grouping here. Right, let's just go from here. Brian Chubb. And there's a little grouping of 3 there with Randy Zimmer, Peter Young, and Eric Jack. This is, I can't see very much there, can we? There's the view. That's from the back. There's Peter there. Ooh, look at that. Peter and Eric Jack. Oh, they both went off. That is a classic case of, I think, Peter following the leader and going off. And then he lost a spot to Randy Zimmer. What a go, Randy. Just sitting back there and took advantage of that big time. I'm going to go down the pipe here a little bit to see some other people. Get them on view. That is Laszlo Toth, who we're going to go to TV view. He is not very far behind Lee Ellis. And behind him, yeah, we're looking at Toth. That must be a back marker behind him because I think the next guy is 3 seconds back. Let's just go down the line here. Michael McLennan on Joe McCabe. That is a close little battle. Let's watch this for a little bit. And down the line a little bit more. Let's just watch this battle. We have not seen Michael and Joe. Oh, looks like Michael's going to take a look on the inside. He's going to take a look on the inside. Let's go to Helicam, see what he's going to do. He's going to take a little look on the inside. No, he's right up against him, though. Be careful. Don't get too close. Lose your momentum. He's coming into Elf on turn 2. Oh, we've got something going on at the top. Randy Zimmer off again. All right, let's just see what happened there. Where are we with Zimmer? We're not on Zimmer? Get on Zimmer here. So we're still in a replay mode here. So this was a very close grouping. And Zimmer tries to go on the inside. Cannot make it stick. He took the worst for wear, and I'm not sure who that was behind him. Maybe it been Mr. Cortez. Excuse me. But, yeah, Zimmer took the brunt of that. All right, we're back live. Lots of action. Lots of close racing here. Where was I? I was on Mr. McLennan. Looks like that gap's opened up a little bit. Mr. Banks on Pablo Gianni. There's a fairly close gap there, too. Now, further down the line, I'll show a few people, but not very close racing here, these guys. Let's just take a look. There's a number of people down at the bottom here. Craig and 26, 27, 28, 29. They've all taken one of their pit stops. That's why they're behind, but they will catch up once that takes place. Let's just look at what happened here in terms of, let's go up the leaderboard. Let me see disputes. All right. So it looks like our podium has not changed. Let's go back to Mr. Moses here. Our podium's not changed. Kenny Smith is up 2. Who else? Mr. Sutherland, we noticed he has dropped 3, but he was way down in 15th place, I believe. So he's caught up a lot. Mr. Jack, Eric Jack, lost 4 places. He was up there in the nosebleed section from Group 2 into the middle of Group 1. He was in 4th or 5th place. Let's see who has the biggest gain there. So far, it's Laszlo Toff, 7 places. But look at this, Mr. Cortez. Let's get down here and give him a little bit of love. Mr. Cortez is up. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Mr. Cortez is in the thick of the battle, but he is up 12 places, as is Mr. Jackman. Where is Mr. Jackman? Roger Jackman. He is up 12 places, and this is in the same battle here. These is a group of quite close grouping here, all within a second. Looks like Jackman is trying to pass Thomas. Let's get the helicam. And they're side by, just almost side by side. But looks like Jackman let up a little bit. Oh, who was that ahead of him? Somebody ahead just went off. That is a very easy corner to go off. And now we are in just before the chicane. Let's just see if Jackman, who is in probably a Ferrari, and I'm going to show the car types here. Where is my manufacturer? There we go. Jackman is in a McLaren. Now I can see it. On a Porsche. I love watching the look at the things have gapped up a little bit there. What is going on at the front? Well, at the front, Chris Moses and Jared Skinner are going to run into some traffic here shortly. And doesn't look like the track is drying up at all. Looks like it's a little heavier, actually. But Chris has closed that gap a little bit. 1 second. And let's just keep going down the hill. There's Kenneth Smith on Richard McSharpenberry. That's a pretty close battle there, too. And Jeff King on Alfredo Cabrera. A Porsche on a Ferrari again. So there's a little groupings here of 2 cars at a time. Oh, these guys over here are just, these 3 are just battling it out. They have been going at it the whole race. Let's go in Peter's cockpit. He is up on Roger Dismukes. Roger's got a great looking livery there. Metallic paint looks like. And he is right up on Eric Jack. Eric Jack is feeling the pressure of being up there with the big boys. Further down the line, we've got another big battle going here. Oh, let's just watch what's going on here. Head helicam, that is Roger Jackman on Cortez. Can he make this stick? Lost a little bit of the gap there. Right behind him is Thomas Rainier. Oh, looks like Jackman went and hit the curb and unsettled his car. But ahead of him, Cortez we had a hard time in the chicane. Let's just see if Jackman's going to be able to pass him now. Let's go to helicam. He's side by side coming down the straight. This is going to be an exciting first corner. There was a little bit of trading there. Looks like a up ahead. Dismukes had a problem. We'll go back to him in a minute. But we got to stick with this Jackman-Cortez race. Jackman really pushing hard. So let's go back to Dismukes here. If I go back, I don't want to go back too far. No, I won't bother with that little incident. We'll just stick with this for now. Chris Moses. Oh, let's just stick with this. Stick with this. Both guys sliding. Nobody's had a pit stop yet. Where are we in the race? 41 minutes. We are almost 20 minutes. And oh, there was a little tap there. Oh, I believe that Mr. Jackman should wait and let him come back. That was a little tap that should not have happened. Anyway, that's my opinion, and I have opinions. But, Thomas Rainier is now right behind Mr. Jackman. All right, and up at the top, Chris Moses is caught up a little bit again with Mr. Skinner. So we've got two pit stops to satisfy here. It's going to be interesting to see, excuse me, what the strategy between these two is going to be. Look at that leaderboard. Lots of Ferraris up there. All Ferraris and Porsches almost. A couple of Lamborghinis thrown in there for good measure. And one McLaren in the top 20. Ferrari sure has been the car to use since the last update of ACC, hasn't it? I have been driving a BMW for a couple of years now. I'm going to give up. I may jump to the Ferrari, but that'll be my luck. The Ferrari won't be the car to drive. Look at this. Moses is right up here because there's a bit of traffic happening. I'm going to go in with Skinner here. Oh, Skinner went off. Let's just do a replay. Let's just see what happened. He's on the paint there. He goes on the curb, just gets unsettled. Oh my lord, he's off. That is going to be Moses' chance. Now let's just see. Moses is up now by 5 seconds. Wow, that's a back marker there. He's going to pass. Oh, too bad for Mr. Skinner. He's still in second place, however, and did not really damage his car. But he can get back. Let's just look at their times. Skinner has the fastest lap by quite a bit, actually. Fastest lap is 150.197, and Moses is 150.42, so 0.3 of a second. So Mr. Jarrett just might close that gap, but we have lots of pit stops to go here yet. And seeing there's a few guys pitting. All right, let's look for some gaps here. Young on Jack. It's been going on for quite a while. Let me see if I got another really close battle. A bunch of 1 second ones. Here's a group here again. Let's just look in the cockpit of the tail end guy, who is Mr. Cortez. Looks like that guy in the front just went into the pits from that grouping. Woo! Mr. Cortez took a long way around there. So this is a gap. They each got a gap of about a second or so. Okay, so everybody's starting to take pit stops, so things will be a little mixed up for a bit. But Chris Moses now in the lead by 6 seconds over Mr. Jarrett. So Jarrett's working through some traffic right now. Can't see who that is. Maybe I can see if I got this working. Nope. It's all right. Those buttons don't work on this. I'm just using some old buttons here. So yeah, he's going to work through some traffic there. That number 4 something or other is moving out of the way. All right, let's just find the closest gap here. Not too many close gaps because there's a lot of people doing pit stops, etc. I'm not sure why that shows as a gap of 0.2. Oh, looks like Peter went off there. Just do a quick 10-second review. What happened with DeJong? Oh, he did pass somebody. Oh, there was a little bit of a bump. I didn't see that. They were side by side, I guess. A little bit of a bump between him and Jack. Okay. Solves that problem. We're back live. Ken Smith on McSharpenberry. That one has been going on for quite some time. 36 minutes left in this race. I'm already exhausted. These guys got to be exhausted too. It takes a lot of concentration when you're doing rain races because you got to be very conscious of your throttle excitement. Can't get in there too much. Mr. Skinner is why am I showing a number 1 here? Who is that number 1? Shows as number 1. I'm not sure why. Oh, Kenneth Smith. He has got number 1 number. That's why it's showing number 1. I wonder if that's because he won something last year. All right, gaps. He's still got the closest gap. No, maybe not. Mr. Dismukes coming up on Toth. And where else have we got a nice little gap? Oh, Mr. Craig. Here's a little grouping. Where are we? Lost my place here. There we are. Craig on Ellis. That's Ellis ahead of him in the Porsche. And not far behind him is... Ooh, what is the gap there? Cortez. What happened with Cortez? Must have went off just slightly, got a little bit of a yellow, or did he? No, is he going in the pits? What happened there? Do you have an issue? Oh, he's coming out of the pits, sorry. A little bit of a mess there. Okay, what were we following? Who were we following? Zimmer? No, Cabrera. Oh, Craig. It was Craig on Ellis. There we go. We're back to this grouping. Craig on Ellis, but that guy ahead of Ellis, these are all not all for position, only the middle two are battling for position. We are on board with Ellis. Let's just go in his cockpit. So up ahead, I do not believe that is for position. Woo! Waddling all over the place. This is definitely poor position. And behind him, it looks like that might be Sutherland. I'm not sure if that is Sutherland or not. I should put up a track map here for myself. Yeah, I can't see much because of that. All right. Because that's a little confusing here to see who's doing what. Have we got the group on top? Is anybody pitted yet? Skinner and Moses have not pitted. I got 34 mates. They have a strategy going here. Skinner has not made up any time on Moses. You'll notice there. Oh, there we go. Let's go Helicam. He's got a 7-second lead, Moses, on Skinner. And where are we? McLennan and whatnot. McLennan and Thomas Rainier, these two guys in the picture, are battling for position. And the guy ahead of him, Mr. Toth, also. It's like Mr. Cabrera's making a move. Looks like he's making a move on Rob Stewart. Is it going to happen? Let's go to Helicam. Not going to happen just yet. Where are they? They're on Kempsa. Turn number 9. So 2 Ferraris going at it. Just see what kind of times these two guys are putting in. Cabrera, I'll tell you what you can see there just as well as I can. On Stewart, Carrera's got a best time of, or a last time of 152 and 1.9, and Stewart's 153.3. So he's definitely got some pace. And ahead of them is Joe McCabe, who is quite a bit slower. He's got a 156 lap. Oh, he's going in the pits. He's going in the pits for his pit stop. That's a pretty high up guy for going in the pits. Looks like Mr. Banks is in the pits also. And we got Cabrera going to make the move now on Stewart. Or is that Stewart? On Cabrera. Who are we watching? We're all watching Stewart. Yeah, Stewart on Cabrera. That's going to be a pass. No, the other way around. Cabrera on Stewart. So Cabrera is ahead of Stewart now. And yeah, he is going to take off. He's got a much better time. The last lap time was 152.6 for Cabrera. And you see the last lap time for Stewart was 153. So he should pull away from Stewart. And we have this little battle again. Okay, what have we got going on top here? We've got Young. Something happened with Skinner. Why is that? Has he gone in the pits? Oh, I saw a little flag there for a second. Mr. Skinner must have he got off, lost a few seconds there. He must have had a little slide. But Smith on Jack is still, that has been going on for quite a while, if I'm not mistaken. And that is pretty close. I'm not sure because I don't see the classes here on my type of screen. Ooh, looks like Mr. King had an issue. Or is he going in the pits? No, it's just going in the pits. We'll stay with this battle for a bit. Ooh, looks hot and heavy here. Looks like Smith might just make it coming around here. No, not quite. Not quite. And Skinner is off again. What is happening here? Let's just a quick peek here. What happened? This is a replay for a few seconds. He had a yellow flag because it looks like Sharpenberry right behind him got ahead. Oh, I don't see what happened. He is off and is in the pits. Something happened big time there. That is not going to count as a pit stop, I don't believe. He might have had an issue, maybe a technical issue. So now we have Mr. Richard McSharpenberry in second place. Huge gaps here now between first and fifth, as you can see. But Smith on Jack to get into fifth place is the battle of the minute. And Smith has a lot of pace on Jack. I think he is going to make a move. Somebody ahead there. I'm not quite sure who that is. It looks like a back marker. And behind Peter, you can see him once in a while, is Mr. Beside Kenneth, I should say, that's Peter de Jong behind Peter Young. I keep saying de Jong because that's a common name. So these three guys are all battling for position. What else have we got for position? I'm going to go down the ladder a little bit here. We've got Craig on Ellis. Ooh, everything went red all of a sudden. I'm not quite sure why. What happened there? I am not sure why it all went red for a second, but anyway. That's because Skinner, I think it's because Skinner's dropping down the leaderboard. Where was I? Craig on Ellis. That is for position. Dismukes. Ooh, something happened with Jeff King. Let's just see. We'll go back. We'll go back a long way here. 30 seconds. It's going to be a long replay. Jeff is on his own. Not sure what. That's going to be an unforced error, I believe. Just see what happens to him. Coming down the straight into. It says turn 3. I'm not sure if that's correct. But anyway. So we're on board with King. It's just something happens there. I didn't see. Just lost power. Just big time, and then pulled aside. Could be another technical issue, and he's still sitting there, so that is not good. That is not good. So let's just see where we're at here. Mr. Smith on Jack. We've been watching that one for a while. He can't get by him. So it looks like we might have had a couple of technical issues there. Here, that a blown tire. Can't see that the wet tires got any overheated here because the track looks still very wet. But this is the only battle up here for position, except for way down the list here with Ellis and Craig. But we're going to stick with this one because it's been going on for quite a while. That is just take a quick peek here from a wing cam. Wing cam's a fun thing to look at. 27 minutes to go. My lord, this is a long race. And just looking down here, this is another battle for position. Lee Ellis is got Craig on his tail, but he's doing pretty well at staying ahead of him. Oh, down here, Mr. Nolan. Where is Nolan? Sorry. Mr. Nolan is catching up with Ray Nelson. We're on board with Nelson on his wing cam. That is for position. 23rd and 4th. Where else have we got stuff? That is about the only one also. So yeah, we've got long lap times here. Or long, big gaps everywhere. Is Ellis on Greg? Looks like he's pulled away a little bit. Oh, but Jack and Smith are just battling it out. There is a back marker, I guess. I didn't see. I had my eyes away for a second. Let's just get out of that view and watch it from Smith's point of view. This has been going on for a lap after a lap. Neither of these guys have taken a pit stop yet. So there's got to be some strategy involved here. Not quite sure who that is behind them. That is number 121. Who is that? That is... who are we watching? That is Skinner. He's way back there now. Oh, let's get back here to the task at hand. Smith and Jack. Oh, looks like Smith. Jack, I should say, has gone into the pits. So we're going to have to see what happens there. I'm going to show you. We're going to show you. Instead of manufacturer, we'll put up the stop link. This is a number of seconds that from pit entry to pit exits. So we're going to have to watch to see where Jack comes out after Smith. After Smith pits. Sorry. So lots of pit stops happening now. Things will be quite mixed up. But look at that. Up ahead, Chris Moses has not gone in. Mr. McSharpenberry has not gone in. Kenneth Smith now showing in third place. Mark Sutherland is way up there in fourth place. But Sutherland has not pitted either. Cabrera, since he has pitted, will probably bump up ahead of Sutherland at some point. But Mark has made up a lot of spots here. Oh, it looks like Mr. Dismukes. Oh, it shows as a yellow flag, but that is not anything happening. Mark Sutherland has really climbed the board here today. He has some great grip with that. I think he's in a McLaren, isn't he? No, he's in a Ferrari. All right, so yeah, we've got a lot of gaps, a lot of things going on. We have to watch. We're going to watch to see what happens in terms of when everybody has their pit stops put in. Oh, excuse me, long day today. A little bit of a groan. I'm going to put my little face back up here. Hello, 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 hello. Can remember now not to pick my nose while you guys are watching. No gaps, no close racing just now. Nobody at all. Oh, there's one here. Who's that? David Craig on. Nope, that is not a gap. That's just. I think that's just things going by for. Yeah, maybe it is. It's showing only 1 second that these two guys, David Craig and Pablo Gianni, are racing for 21st and 20th position. Nice going, boys. There's another one here. Joe McCabe on Ray Nelson for 24th and 23rd. They are 2 seconds apart. Who is who here? Oop, Helicam. So that looks like the green car ahead. If that is Nelson, yes it is. So these two guys are for position. But Dave Craig just passed Giovanni. Oh, let's go back here 10 seconds and see how that happened. Oh, I'm going to go back way more than that. I'll go back 30 seconds when this pops up just because it's such a rarity to see some action here. Let's go back 30 seconds and see what happened. So that is Pablo ahead and Craig passing him on the inside. No contact. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. But Giovanni was battling back there. And we're going to catch these guys. Oh, he's battling back big time. Let's just see when it flips over. Looks like there was a yellow flag in McSharpenberry. Let's go up here and see what happened to McSharpenberry. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. There was a yellow flag there. I'm going to go back 30 seconds just to see if he had some problem. No, shoot. Sorry about that, guys. That was a pit stop. They shows a yellow flag when they're coming out of the pit sometimes. I think if you go over the white line there, we're going to have to sit here and watch that for 30 seconds. Maybe we'll watch somebody else. We'll watch Zimmer on Jack. This is going to jump in 8 seconds to real time. And boom, we're in real time now. So what is the gap here? Who are we on board with? Who are we on board with? I'm having a hard time figuring that out. Oh, that's Richard McSharpenberry we're watching. All right, let's look at some gaps here. We've got leader on Rainier. That's a new one. This is not for position because leader is not had his pit stop yet. And if you look up ahead there, lots of people still got 2 pit stops to go. I'm not quite sure I like this 2 pit stop strategy that you guys are using, especially when it's not mandatory to take fuel and whatnot. Looks like Stewart had an issue. No, it's just, again, going into the pits. Going into the pits. So, yeah, the top 4 guys have not taken a pit stop yet, and we are 40 minutes into the race. So because it's, I'm not sure if I like this 2 pit stop strategy where you can just go in and out almost like a stop and go. Zimmer and Jack, this is for position for 7th and 8th. They have not had a pit stop yet. And again, those times next to, I wonder if the system is not counting down the pit stops properly. They're showing stop times on McSharpenberry and Smith when that really, they have not had a stop. So, interesting. I'm not sure what how that's going. I've never used this software with 2 pit stops before. So I can't guarantee that that is correct up there on the board. Looks like Mr. Stewart. Why can't I get that going here? There's Mr. Stewart. He is right up on Laszlo's tail. This is for 9th and 10th. So this is a big. McSharpenberry shows a. Ooh, there was an incident there. Let's go back and watch that. We are in replay mode at this point with Mr. McSharpenberry. Looks like he's in traffic. And something happens here. Let's go to Helicam. Not sure which of those 3 cars he is. Right there's a little touch by someone. And McSharpenberry is the one who loses out on it. Let's just wait to see where he comes back in. He comes back in 3rd. So he lost the position there because of that little incident. That's unfortunate because I don't think that was a. I don't think that was. That might have been a back marker because I thought there was big gaps there. So that was traffic caused that one. That's unfortunate. We're watching Zimmer here on 2nd behind Mr. Jack. There they are. A lot closer than a 2nd now. That track is not drying out. It looks like a lot of rain falling right now. By the picture. And there's another positional move here. Laszlo on Stewart. That gap has opened up a little bit. Zimmer on Jack. Jack's been involved in a lot of battles. Oh my smokes. Where is he in position? I'm going to do a position delta in a second here. There we go. Holy smokes, look at that Mr. Toth. Oh, he's up 10. I thought it said 30. Mr. Cortez up 17. And looks like Zimmer's going to pass Jack. Yes, he does. That's a classic Randy Zimmer move. Outbraking the guy going into the corner. And he's just opened up a huge gap there now. Guess he had a lot of pace on him. That is a classic Randy Zimmer. I've raced with Randy quite a bit. That is a classic move of his. And this is Michael McLennan. Let's just see how he's doing lap time wise next to the Neil Leader who is above him. And last laps, yeah, Leader either had a bad lap. No, he has got McLennan has a lot of pace compared to Leader, so this should not last too long. McLennan's best lap is 152, whereas Leader's best lap is 154. So yeah, McLennan's got a lot of pace on Leader. Let's just follow along in the cockpit for a bit to see why Leader or McLennan has got so much pace. And then we are... This is a Ferrari on a McLaren. That could be part of the reason. Just trying to get by here. Where is this? Is a battle for 13th and 12th. Just be careful, Neil. You don't want to... If he's got lots of pace on you, you don't want to ruin your race by trying to race with him. Being nice and defensive. You've got 15 minutes exactly to go in the race. And people at the top have not pitted. Oh, yes, they have. This shows one pit stop. Just look here at... I am showing the top 6 people have one pit stop done on one part of my board, but looks like the panel up here is not correct. Let me just see if I can correct that. Start again. No, showing the same thing. Oh, looks like he's going to make the pass here. Oh, is he going to make the pass? Yes, Zimmer does. Zimmer's the orange car, I remember. Now Zimmer made that pass. Yeah, he's going to have just take off now. There's Jack coming there. Where is Jack in the... Is that Jack? And who is ahead of Jack? 41. Randy Zimmer is ahead of him. I wondered who was behind him. So where is Jack on the board? Where are you? In 6th place. Saw somebody ahead of him. That must have been some other... And looks like McSharpenberry is in the pits now. And he is out of the pits. He's in 4th place. See, his pit counter did not go down. I'm looking at my screen here, and I'll see if that corrects itself. That is McSharpenberry there. Ooh, Peter Young and Neil Leader are having a battle. Here, right here. The red car is Young. Neil Leader is the yellow and green one. And no, the guy behind him is not in play. But these two guys are battling for 10th, 11th, and 12th. And Peter's right up against him. Let's just get on board with Peter. Just right there. Or maybe we'll go and do a wing cam for a bit. Here's a wing cam. Just see how Peter Young does. Oh, let's just go back 10 seconds and see what happened there. It was Mr. Leader. What did he do? Oh, there was a problem there. Oh, that was a bad crash. That's too bad. That was not his fault at all. Looks like that might have been, I wonder who that was. A couple of guys going in the pits there. Who is that that's going in the pits? Mr. Jackman, that's way down there. So the only one I'm showing with 2 pit stops left is Richard McSharpenberry. Now, I am not sure if that is correct or not. So I'm not going to comment on that at all in terms of pit stops because I think it's all screwed up. Sorry about that. That is not my fault. That is the software. We're using ACCTV, which is usually quite good. And I assume the 2 pit stops are mandatory. Okay, it looks like a lot of people in the pits now. Smith, Sutherland, Jack are in the pits. Let's see if their numbers change once they come out. Because that has not been the case so far. All right, let's take a look at any gaps. Way down here, Mr. Chubb. Just past Mr. Zimmer, it looks like. No, that was not a pass. That was a pit lane gap, I think. Who is this? Chubb on Cortez. No, Cortez is right ahead of him. Yeah, no, this is for position. This is for 18th and 19th. And Cortez, let's see what kind of pace they have on each other. There you can see also. Last lap, Chubb was a lot faster. Oh, yeah, okay. Chubb has got quite a bit of pace on Mr. Cortez, Michael. Chubb's best lap is 1:54.49, which was his last lap. And Cortez's best lap is 1:54. So he should be able to make short work of Mr. Cortez. Let's just look at it from this point of view. Love the livery on Mr. Cortez, though, in that Porsche. And we were watching a Porsche against a Ferrari. Enzo Ferrari's baby. Let's see where he's going to make his move. Brian, the only battle for position we have out there in the track. Here it goes. Is Cortez going to defend? He's going to not let him by that easy. Whoa, he goes on the inside. It was an outside-inside move. That's not the right place. Maybe just harass him a little bit so he can get a move in there. The guy behind Chubb is not in play. I'm not sure who that is. That might even be Mr. Sutherland. Let's just keep watching this. This is for position. The only other one I was... Ooh, there he goes. Oh, a lot of bouncing around. This is going to make it happen. Sooner or later, it looked like Mr. Cortez might crack under the pressure. It looks like he just did that. I believe that might be Sutherland behind these two. Cortez is not giving up. Ooh, lots of action there. Just went out into the wet spot. Looks like it might be raining a little harder. There's some spots where you might be some aquaplaning. Oh, it looks like he got by. So who got by him there? Wonder if that is Mr. Sutherland. Let me see if I can find where Mr. Sutherland is. Yes, it is. That was Mr. Sutherland went by. So he was caught up in that traffic. Sutherland is currently showing in third place. But again, I don't know where we're at with pit stops. And Cortez is back at it. Cortez is not giving up. Where are we here? Where did Cortez get this speed? What his last lap is going to be here. Because he is giving Mr. Chubb some fierce action there. Looks like Chubb might start pulling away now that the traffic with Sutherland is over. So I don't know if Cortez is going to be able to keep up that pace. Let's just look at what Chubb has got for a best time, 1:51.49. Where is Sutherland? Sutherland. Where is his best time? 1:51.9. So yeah, I'm going to go back up here to Chubb. He might be able to hang with Mr. Sutherland there, even though they're not for position. He might harass him enough to unlap himself, because he is in 19th place. Just hope it does not ruin Mr. Sutherland's race. All right, let's just go down the ladder here. Chris Moses has a huge lead, as usual, with over Mr. Smith. And what happened to our other guy? Jarrett Skinner is way down there. Jarrett is still racing, however, is down in 26th. Good for you. Just getting some points, I guess. So there we are. Chris Moses. Kenneth Smith is in second place. Way back there, 56 seconds behind. Sutherland is chasing him down. He's 16 seconds to go. They're both got similar lap times, so I don't know how he's going to make that time up. There's only 6 minutes left. I think we're looking here at, let's just watch some action here for a bit. I won't go down through the ladder. This is Jack, who's having a great race. If he is truly in Group 2, he is having a great race today. He might be one of those guys who has not been rated properly. I can't tell. He would have a red mark on his number if I could see that in ACC, but I can't. So he is chasing down Alfredo Cabrera. Looks like McSharpenberry. No, he's just coming out of the pits. So he is, McSharpenberry was way up there. He had to take a pit stop. Just coming out of the pits now. So I'm not sure. See, look, he was in the pits and he still shows with 2. pit stops to go. So those pit stops are not correct. So yes, this is so position. He's lost a little bit, Jack, on Cabrera. Cabrera's got a way better time than he does. His best time is 1:51.39, whereas Eric's is 1:52.6. And their last laps are also some gaps there. So that's probably not going to be, and looks like he's got a 3-second lead all of a sudden. All right, so that's not going to happen. Where are we? Let's go down the ladder here. Nobody's really battling for position at the moment. So maybe I'll just do a, let's see what camera angle I'll use. Let's just go down and look at everybody here. This is Mr. Moses in first place. In second place, Kenneth Smith. Just look at him. There he is. Kenneth Smith is in the blue car, number 1. Mark Sutherland has worked his way back into third place. Amazing, amazing. He was down there in the teens after an accident, and now he's back up into third place. I'm not sure what pit stops are all going to happen here, but assuming everybody is on the right pit stop strategy, Rob Stewart is in 4th place. Randy Zimmer in 5th place. Alfredo Cabrera is in 6th place. Eric Jack still hanging in there at 7th. I am going to show you deltas here for fun. Just hang on here 1 second. Position delta. There we go. Where was I? Eric Jack is in 7th place. Peter Young is in 8th place. Laszlo Toth, he is up 11 spots from the beginning, and he is in 9th place. David Craig, there he is. I love that livery. Let me see if I can see that livery. Can't tell what that is. Look at that. Just beautiful livery. Wow, 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 wow. Richard McSharpenberry, not that far behind now. Ooh, must be some pit stops happened here, because we've got some gaps. The closing in gaps for some little racing. Maybe I'll stop this track walk and watch these gaps here. Must be some pit stops have taken place. So McSharpenberry is on Mr. Craig. And down here we've got Lee Ellis on McLennan. And we've got Brian Banks trying to chase down Mr. Leader. So yeah, we've got a few here. What happened here? That's McCabe coming out. Where is Brian Banks? There he is. So that's one. Anything further down? This has got to be pit stop issues that we can't watch. So 5th and 6th, this is Cabrera and Zimmer. McSharpenberry and Craig. That is a very close one. Let's just hang in there. And the Lee Ellis on McLennan is not that far behind either. But McSharpenberry, let's see what he's got. He has got a lot more pace than David Craig by a whole 2 seconds. So he should be able to make short work of this. Let's go to Helicam. See if he's going to take the inside. He is. Beautiful pass. Oh, wait, he can't hold it. He can't hold it. Just hang on, hang on, hang on. Get behind him again. Take another crack at it. There we go. Not sure if we got track cuts involved here. So that's that. Looks like Lee Ellis did he just pass McLennan? Ellis is in the middle. McLennan is the orange car. Okay, so no, he's not past him. That behind him is not a position player for this 14th and 15th battle. And Cortez is back into the game here with Mr. Chubb, not that far behind. Let's take a peek what it looks like. That is how far behind he is for position. Neil Leader on Brian Banks. Oh, this is very tight. Neil, these two guys are fairly evenly matched in terms of best laps. So this should be a good battle to the finish. What do we got? Only a minute left. Lots of battles here at the end. Lots of battle. Last lap for the leader. This is the last lap. I got to watch all this stuff now. Randy Zimmer on Cabrera. McSharpenberry on Craig. Thomas on Dismukes. Lee Ellis on McLennan. Leader on Banks. and Chubb on leader. So I'm not going to be able to follow all these guys. McSharpenberry is the closest guy right now. I'm going to go to Helicam to watch this. And I'm going to try and get all of these in. This must be an issue with all the pit stops taking place at the last bit. Randy Zimmer is not going to catch Cabrera, but McSharpenberry is taking a huge chunk out of David Craig here. He's got a lot more pace than him. He should be able to make it happen. We're only on turn 2. He's got a whole lap to go. And Lee Ellis is a little bit behind here. Let's just watch this one because I think this one just might happen. Should happen for into the top 10 for Mr. McSharpenberry. I don't know how, I'm not sure how the points work in this league, but top 10 should be important. Lee Ellis on McLennan. That's still a battle there too. Oh, and Chubb. He is trying to take a chunk out of Brian Banks. He should be able to. He's got a lot more pace than Brian. But Brian is a great defensive driver. I know that. I've tried to pass him many times. We were out for beers last night. I hope it didn't dull too many brain cells on Brian. Woo, hang on there, Brian. I don't know if he's going to make it happen. Looks like Chubb is going to make it happen. He's got the inside. There is the finish. Mr. Moses has won. We're going to stay with this one. Brian, let him go by. Not let him go by, but let him by at some point. How's McSharpenberry doing? He has not gotten by David Craig, and I don't think he's going to do it. We're coming up to the last chicane. So I don't think this one's going to happen unless there's a mistake by Craig on the last chicane. I don't think there will be. Craig's right behind Toff. That was a pretty close battle there too. But Thomas Rainier is trying to hit this Mukes. These two guys are fairly evenly matched. The last couple of corners. I don't know who those guys behind him are. They're not for position. Oh, yes, it is for position. Oh, looks like somebody lost something there. Ellis, who's that behind him? Nope. There's McLennan. Okay, that's the finishing there. That is the finish. And not sure who else is coming in close here. This is one battle. Who are we watching here? We are watching Chubb and his leader. This is for position also with Mr. Cortez coming through the last. So lots of close battles right at the end. It's had to be some issues, not issues, but some pit stop issues there. So that was good. And I think that's the last battle of the day. Sorry I wasn't able to do leaders coming across the finish line. There was too many battles going on for us to watch instead. So there we go. That is the race. So I enjoyed that. It was kind of fun to see all you guys. So maybe I'll do this again some Thursday. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And maybe see you guys again sometime. Maybe even on track. Bye now.